Welcome to the financial technology episode number one. And the topic is what is Fintech? A beginner's guide to financial technology. This video is distributed by Meridian Finance Solutions. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a topic that's becoming a part of everyday life, which is Fintech. And this is short for financial technology. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the use of technology to improve and automate financial services, from sending money to friends in just a few seconds to investing with just a few taps on your phone. Fintech is changing the way we manage money, and it's making it faster, easier, and more accessible than ever before. So, why should you care about Fintech? Well, first of all, these tools are becoming part of daily life for payments, budgeting, and even investing. Many people use fintech without even realizing it. Things like Apple Pay, Venmo, or online banking apps. Second, fintech can save you time and make financial tasks much more convenient. No more waiting in a long bank line to deposit a check. You can do it with your phone within seconds. Third, fintech opens up access to financial services for people who were excluded before. For example, people in rural areas without physical banks can now use online only banks. And finally, understanding these tools helps you use them safely and effectively. Knowing the benefits is great, but knowing the risks is just as important. Well, then, what counts as fintech? Well, fintech isn't just one thing, it's a wide range of tools and services. Here are just some examples: mobile payment apps such as Venmo, Cash App, and Apple Pay, online only banks, and neobanks that have no physical branches but offer full banking services, budgeting and expense tracking apps that connect to your accounts to monitor spending, robo-advisors that use algorithms to manage your investments automatically, cryptocurrency and blockchain platforms for trading and managing digital assets, as well as peer-to-peer lending services where people can lend and borrow money directly without going through a traditional bank. Chances are you've already used one of these, maybe without even realizing that it falls under fintech. And that's why it's so important to know more about this. So, how does fintech work? Well, at its core, fintech works by using software and algorithms to manage financial processes. Most fintech tools integrate directly with their bank account or card so that they can handle transactions automatically. And because they deal with sensitive financial data, fintech companies rely heavily on secure data storage and encryption to keep your information safe. Think of it as a secure, automated assistant for your money. And remember, there are multiple benefits of fintech. You get 24/7 access to your money from anywhere. Many fintech services have low or no fees, especially compared to traditional banks. They make it easier to track spending and set goals with real-time data, and some even give you personalized recommendations based on your habits, such as suggesting ways to save more or avoid fees. All of this eventually adds up to convenience, control, and often cost savings. But no, remember that there are also risks and limitations because, like anything in finance, fintech also isn't perfect. Some risks include cybersecurity threats, as if a platform is hacked, your data could be exposed. There's also an over-reliance on technology because if an app goes down, you might lose access to that fintech temporarily. Besides that, there are also privacy concerns because some apps actually collect more data than you realize. There's also limited in-person customer service, as you can't just walk into a branch for help. Note also that there are many scams and fake fintech apps, so it's important to check for legitimacy. The last one is also that there are rapid changes. Fintech evolves so quickly that a service that you rely on today could disappear in a few years. This is why it's important to be informed before you commit to a fintech tool. Here's a real-life example of using fintech. So you may decide to use a budgeting app that links to your bank account. That app automatically categorizes your spending, groceries, entertainment, transportation, so that you can see where your money is going. It sets savings account goals for you based on your spending patterns, and after a few months, you notice that you've saved enough to fund a new personal goal, maybe a trip or a new laptop, without feeling like you had to cut back drastically. That is fintech in action. It helps make the process simple and way more automated. But there are a couple common misconceptions that you should know before you dive into the world of fintech. So the first one is that fintech is only for young and tech-savvy people. This is not true because many apps are designed for beginners and have simple, user-friendly interfaces. The second one is that it's less safe than a traditional banking system. Well, reputable fintech uses high security standards, so in some cases, it could even be stronger than traditional banks, which could be broken into just in a physical sense. The third one is that fintech replaces banks entirely. This is false because in reality, most of these tools work alongside banks and they integrate your accounts instead of replacing them completely. So your challenge for this week is to explore a fintech tool. Pick one app or service that you've never used before. Research its benefits, features, and potential risks. Try its free features for a week and pay attention to how it changes the way you manage your money. Afterward, reflect on whether it actually made your financial life easier or if it's not the right fit for you. This hands-on experience is the best way to see fintech's impact for yourself. And now, remember that fintech is shaping the future of money management, and it's worth understanding how these tools work.